For any of us that are pretty new to a plant-based way of eating or a vegan lifestyle, a common question is whether or not we are vegan enough to call ourselves vegan. I know there are a lot of varying answers to this question, so I'll tell you what I think. Hey everybody, this is Dylan. I think this is a really important topic to cover because so many people come to this way of eating for many different reasons. It's not always for ethical reasons. Often in the Well Your World group, it's for health reasons because we sort of strengthen our focus in that area, while others still will come for climate reasons. First of all, Well Your World has always been known as, and will always be, a place where we are meeting people where they are. You don't have to be 100% vegan and perfect in any way, whether way of eating or ethical vegan, to be part of our group. We encourage everyone to join who's even just curious. Yes, we have certain guidelines when it comes to posting and commenting in the Well Your World Facebook group, but by no means do I expect everyone in there to be vegan. But for a lot of people in the group, they're coming to this for various reasons, and whether they came for vegan reasons or not, it's something that sort of grows within a person. For me, for example, I came to this for health. Health was my #1 priority, followed by climate. I worked in the solar industry for the last 10 years, and so realizing that eating meat and animal products was so bad for the environment, that became a very important reason for me to go vegan. My third place reason was the ethical side. I hadn't developed my, I guess, compassion for animals in the way that I have it and experience it now. And I think that that's important, and I think that that's actually pretty common for people. But it doesn't make me less vegan. In my life, I'm probably still not considered a perfect 100% vegan. There are simply things that I don't know about a product that I'm using or whatever it may be. I'll admit I haven't completely thrown away all of my leather that I may have. I don't use it anymore, but for some reason I haven't gone to the point where I've actually totally purged my life of anything that is or was ever not vegan. My car, my seats are cloth, but am I sure that every aspect of my vehicle is 100% vegan? I'm not sure. I just don't know. So here's how I measure it for myself. I make sure that to the best of my abilities, everything that I am buying is completely vegan. I will not knowingly buy something that is not vegan, but I'll also not turn a blind eye and not ask questions because I want to get a thing that could possibly not be vegan. So I am careful, but I expect that I can't possibly be perfect. Yes, from now on I do buy cleaning products and body products that are cruelty-free and that where it's labeled that way, and I know for sure. But there was a time when I still considered myself vegan where I didn't realize that was a thing, and I wasn't doing it, but I was still vegan to the best of my abilities at that time. So the distinction I'm trying to make here is do the absolute best you can, continue to soak up knowledge like a sponge about everything that is vegan, and get better and better and better over time. But no one expects you to be absolutely perfect right out of the gates. You may have just started this a week ago, and you've decided because you've been exposed to certain knowledge, whether it's a documentary or whatever it is, that you are vegan from this point on. No, you're not going to be perfect. You won't have thought of everything. You don't have the knowledge necessary to be completely vegan in every aspect of your life, but you're vegan. You're striving for the perfection, right? But you might not be there, but you're on your way there. You're not going to buy any more leather. You're not going to buy any more cleaning products or body products that don't have something on there that says that it's vegan or cruelty-free. You're not going to buy animal products for food, which means you're not going to entertain guests with animal products and things such as that. So you've taken on a certain level to where it is appropriate, I think, to call yourself vegan. To a die-hard, max to the max vegan, if you run into them and you call yourself vegan to that person, there may be some backlash there, unfortunately. There is a culture of harshness with some people that are vegan. Let's be real. But I hope that the vast majority of vegans are people that see the real thing here, what we're trying to do, the movement that we're trying to spread, and they bring people in that they even know themselves are not 100% vegan, but they accept them as vegans because we're trying to create something here that is bigger than us. And I think that is the best way to bring people in as vegans. I think that people need to understand that it's safe to start to identify with this thing that you want to be, that you consider yourself to be, even though you might not be perfect. it's beautiful and it's real. So for me, yes, I am vegan. I do not eat animal products. I do not buy animal products. I do not entertain people with animal products. But do I go to restaurants where animal products are served? Yes, I do. So a really truly hardcore vegan may say that I'm not that vegan because I'm supporting an industry that harms animals. It's true, I am. But I'm not buying the vegan thing. So there are different, I guess, definitions of what vegan is, and you have to decide for yourself what that means. Can you knowingly go and buy leather and call yourself vegan? I would say no, that wouldn't be appropriate. But are there certain things like going to a non-vegan restaurant that would be considered appropriate as long as you're going out of your way to ensure that you're ordering off of the vegan menu or that you're modifying your meal so that it is vegan? These are the things we can do. These are the gray areas where we can strive to be the best we can be and have the greatest impact, positive impact that we can without completely cutting ourselves off from certain things. And I'm not making excuses or trying to justify it. I'm just telling you what my own definition of vegan is. And if I get backlash, that's fine. It's out there, it's coming. You'll get it too. It's part of that whole category of social pressure, and yes, it can come from the vegans too, in addition to the non-vegans that are always asking us where we get our protein or what have you. So if you've come to this lifestyle through health or through climate, what have you, and you've realized now, like I did, which took me years to realize, that I also am strong on the ethical and the animal rights side of things, then by all means, call yourself vegan. I called myself vegan while I was still eating meat once a month. In hindsight, was that the right thing to do? Probably not, technically, but I felt vegan, I associated with it, I wanted it even though I knew I wasn't perfect yet. If I told a vegan this now, they would probably be like, dude, you aren't vegan. And I wasn't. But I really wanted to get there, and I was striving toward this thing that I knew I wasn't quite good enough to be at yet. But I wanted to be a member of the group. I wanted to consider myself vegan. I was working toward it, and now here I am, miles ahead, obviously, of where I was before when I thought I was vegan, but kind of wasn't. So I do expect people to see this for what it really is. Understand that this is a journey. It is a process. You can't just say I'm vegan tomorrow and expect yourself to be perfectly vegan, even though you are and have chosen that your life will now be associated with this thing. This is what now defines you as a personal characteristic. So own who you are. Be comfortable with who you are. Don't buy another leather belt, but if you still have one and you wear it and you consider yourself vegan, I think there's a place in the vegan club for you. But strive toward the perfection, whether or not you think you're actually going to make it there. Not everybody out there can afford to throw away all of their belts and shoes and clothing and get a new car and throw out all of their cleaning products, but you can make a choice to do better for every purchase that you make in the future. And I think for me, that counts. That is vegan. So you have to decide. Not everybody's gonna find my lifestyle perfectly vegan or vegan enough. Hell, remember that first 3 years when I was vegan and I had an aquaponics system in my backyard with fish in a tank before it clicked and I realized, oh, that is not vegan. We gotta make some changes. I've come a long way. It's taken me time. I've been completely open about it. I'm not trying to hide from certain things from my past. That's no way to live. Embrace who you are, do the best that you can, and be vegan. Please do like the video with a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I was asked this question recently by my friend Kathy in the Well Your World Facebook group, who was a bit hesitant to post it in the group because she was worried about the backlash. I would argue that we have such an amazing group that I don't think that we would have experienced any harsh or negative reaction because I think we kind of know better in Well Your World at this point. But I still totally understand your hesitation. Kathy asked me, like, when do I get to call myself vegan? No, I didn't get rid of all my non-vegan clothes and replace them with vegan. I haven't done all of these things yet, but does this mean that people that are calling themselves vegan have all done that? And I would say probably not. Probably not everybody who calls themselves vegan has completely purged themselves of everything non-vegan in their lives ever. So I think the best thing for you would be to find your definition of vegan. What can you do right now? What can you strive for in the future on this never-ending path toward being an awesome, amazing vegan? And if you're not there yet, I think it's still safe to call yourself vegan if that is your ultimate goal and you are on this path. If you're messing around and you're going back and you're eating meat and you're doing all these things that are clearly not vegan, then I would say, yeah, you probably shouldn't call yourself vegan. I think the phrase plant-based comes with a little bit more wiggle room because it can mean that you're completely perfectly plant-based at all times, you only eat plant food. But it can also mean that you're plant-based, meaning you're not entirely eating plants all of the time. So there's some wiggle room there. But the word vegan carries a much stronger and deeper meaning, and I think if you're going to use that word, then you should actually associate with that deep, strong meaning to the best of your ability. I think the Well Your World Facebook group is a wonderful place for people that aren't only perfectly there. We're an awesome group of vegans, but we're also an awesome group of people who are learning how to eat, who are learning how to treat the climate, who are learning about animal rights and ethical issues, even though the main principal focus of our group is obviously on health. But even with the focus on health, you don't have to be perfect health to be in Well Your World. You have to be inquisitive and open to the principles that guide us in Well Your World. But nobody expects anybody in there to be absolutely perfect at all times. We're a resource, we're a community, we're a support group, and we love one another, and we treat each other right. And that is Well Your World. And while we're on the topic of health, be sure to check out my vegan health video series. I'll have more videos along those lines soon. And we'll see you on Thursday for the YouTube live show, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.